And we are live. It is the start of the 25-26 season. Back from right where we left off. Lancers coming off a season where, Brett, it was the best in program history.
Yeah, it was very special.
Gilmour did lose many seniors over that time, and we're going to see a new young squad take over along with Benedictine. We'll introduce them as they take on the field. But we want to just touch on some core moments, key players here, and key factors for both these teams here, starting with our Lancers visiting Benedictine here at John Carroll University. Losing Brody Lennon, you're losing many seniors. The line stays pretty similar, but like that whole wide receiver room, you lost Iliano, you lost Broberg, and now it's up to these guys who got some reps earlier, but now they get the heaviest weight on their shoulders in that wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 spot.
Yeah. My player to watch the game is Nathan Lennon. We're going to be very run-heavy this year as we're losing our star quarterback and tight end. You can see us using our run game a lot as we have a lot of blocking tight ends as well.
And Emil Shomo joining the football team, he'll take over in that blocking tight end spot, try to replace Brody Lennon, but that was a 4-star Ohio State talent. But as you said, run game heavy. Gilmour still has Sanagata and Nathan Lennon, two of those primary running backs from last year that were nearly impossible to stop. Lennon, smaller in stature, but he is built like a truck, and he can just go through with his speed and agility. The thing I think he benefits from most is that agility. He just goes through anywhere. Reminds me of what a Kareem Hunt looked like.
Yeah, I'd say Le'Veon Bell, how he's just patient in the backfield, waiting for that hole to open, and then as soon as it opens, bursts through with speed.
And Sanagata more utility, but we'll see him at running back as well, and we'll see him for more of his size, and he can just break through. And now we just want to touch on, too, so Benny did lose many of the seniors. They're going to be headed this year under quarterback. The person to look out for is First. Matthew First, the senior, 6'1", 225. That's your standard quarterback parameters. We're going to be by Sean Petrone. He's going to take over. He is a primary third baseman, first baseman, and he's a pitcher too, so he knows how to throw a ball.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's going to be his first real exposure under the lights here to start off the season here on a Saturday night. And we are going to start shortly. Benny did win the toss. They defer. The Lancers will start with the ball after the kickoff. And now I'm just excited as you are, Brett. This is going to be a great season. It's going to be having a lot of highs, especially coming off the best in program history. It's hard to really manage expectations, too, when you come off that program because you're at an epiphany. You've reached the top of that program history. How do you think these players got to go about it with a mindset coming into a season like this where you did lose a lot of great guys and you've got to overcome the best in history in your school?
These guys just got to look at it and do their job and think about every game just another game. Just to look at it like they're just going out there to play, just have fun.
Well, it looks like Benny actually chose to receive. So Gilmour will defend first on the right-hand side. Benny to receive. Evan Saline, senior captain off the soccer team. He's going to fill in the role as Benesek did last year. It's always that soccer captain that comes in to kick, and this year the call went to Evan Saline. Not a big guy, but when you're kicking, you can kick it far. That's all you really needed to do. As we are off, and Benny calls fair catch, catches it at the 9, heads right through the middle. He's got a lane, breaking left, might go all the way, back through the middle, weaving through, and what a way to start the season for the Bengals. A 89-yard touchdown return. Not the best way for your special teams to come out strong. And there we go. There's that special teams. You need all three to make it going. And that was a key point. Gilmour was really strong on special teams last year. Again, lost a lot of key players. And some of those nerves are just caught off guard. It's the first game of the season. I think the Lancers didn't come out as prepared as they needed to be right there.
I just got to look at how you're going to bounce back from this and just be better as a team.
And now you got that offense all antsy. Now they're going to get to see the field right away as the extra point is up, and it is good. The Bengals will lead 7-0 here to start the game. And now, right away, 7 seconds into the game, we will see the Lancers take the field on offense. Now, as we said, it's going to be a very run-heavy, but Coach Bates, first-year coach for the Lancers after the loss of Kaufman, we're going to have to see how he really goes about it. We don't know if he likes to call those plays really risky. I mean, you can hear, I've heard many different things from practice, but how do you constitute that to a game? A game's not nearly at the level of a scrimmage or a practice. It's just the next step up. How is he going to choose to run this offense, and how do his players react?
Yeah, how is the quarterback going to deal with the intensity of playing in front of a crowd? That's the biggest thing for me.
But first, we will see if special teams could reciprocate, could make this a lot easier. In the back, going to keep those lighter guys. Sanagata, along with Lennon, the two running backs, take up the left and right, respectively, of that backfield. Both got speed, both very agile. And now it's your chance to catch the Bengals off guard here to start off this game. Just looking for some good field position, get your offense ready and warm to go and make a good drive, a good impression on the first drive of the season. And we did mention this, and we've been chatting, Gilmour does lack a lot of size.
Oh, yeah. They're not the tallest team, but they do make up for it in other places of the game.
Now, you could be agile and fast, but some of that size may contribute here. Ball's caught around the 8 by Lennon. He's going to go to right field. On his heels, his speed, outrunning at the 30, makes a move, cuts to the 40, down. No, he's still going, and he'll finally be brought down after much tumbling. Yards after contact for Lennon. And from a ball received at the 8, pushes the Lancers to start on the Bengals, or on their own 45-yard line. And now we'll see the first of the Lancers offense. I'm just as excited as you are. This is the first I'm going to see Patron and a lot of these guys. Or really the only most experienced guys on here is that line. Nearly every one of them returning in Tim Lennon, Markowski, both good nows. Dylan Davis, though, getting the call up. And here's going to be the first snap. Patron under center, Lennon in the backfield. Here's the snap. Run is going to be a keep from Patron, and he's going to get the first down and more. Pushed out around the 37-yard line. Goes with the trickery right away. QB keep. Lennon sold it well. Got tackled right behind the line. Fooled me.
Yeah.
And the Lancers set up. Called out on the Bengals' 44-yard line. First and 10 again. Patron, Lennon in the back, two receivers out left. And this time a run right down the middle, heaving through. And that is going to be just short of a first down. Lennon plowing through again.
That's Dom Dunleavy.
Dunleavy
Yeah,
took
Dunleavy.
that snap. Dunleavy primarily playing several positions. He's mainly the linebacker, so it's cool to see him get some offensive snaps here. And still, it's like finalizing. It's the first game of like an actual like regular season. You see Coach Bates might move around some guys. They got the scouts, obviously, from the Bengals. Might not expect a guy here, a guy there. Here's the snap. Hand off to Sanagata. He's going to go through for the first down. Muster a few more for a gain of 4. It's going to be first down for the Lancers on the Bengals' 31-yard line. And keeping the relatively the same squad out there. Patron's doing good to lead. They've stuck to the ground, looking to see if they'll go to the air. But as we mentioned, run-heavy team, and that hasn't proven to be wrong yet. Sanagata to the right, Lennon behind. Bruno Cook, the other big guy, one of the bigger guys on this squad. As we said, it's not really a large group of people. And some confusion. They're going to call timeout. Bates already not happy. He wants to get that offense clicking, but there's the nerves and just some miscommunication. And we're going to see the first timeout for the Lancers. We'll be right back. 1st and 10 after the timeout.
Lennon checked in, and looks like they might run the ball to him.
Gilmour really compacted near the line. Looks like they'll stick to the run, yet to throw it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. With the run, Sanagata and Lennon both had a pair of carries. Sends Bruno Cook out to the right. He'll go in the air, looks for Cook, and it's over the shoulder. Went up to make the leap, couldn't come down with it, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. The first passing play of the year for Patron is incomplete, just a little high.
Hopefully those are just first game nerves, but we'll see.
Sometimes that's hard to place there really along the corner. He ran that around route, sent him in motion right as that play started on that right side. And now Gilmour sends out 2 left, 1 right. More of those receivers. Belant, Shomo, Cook all sent out, but it's going to be a keep from Patron, and he's going to be brought down. A massive sack for the Bengals, and they bring up the first 3rd down of the day against the Lancers. And now looks like they can't really rely on that run as much. You are down to a 3rd and 14. Or more of a 3rd and 14, 13. Gonna have to go through the air here. Patron having a word with Bates. See that formation that Gilmour decides to take up. The one pass sent to Cook. Couldn't come down with it. Now he's gonna send out Shomo left, Belant and Cook to the right. Sanagata lined up also on that right. Lennon right next. Sends Sanagata in motion. The quick pass to the right to Cook. He doesn't got much room. He's going to be met around the line of scrimmage. The original line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a 4th down, and Benedictine gets their first stop. And now we'll see how Gilmour decides to respond. They do have a good kicker in Evan Saline. That is a long kick for any high schooler. And they're going to go for it on 4th down here. Gutsy right away. Though with a high school kicker, I don't really think there's much difference you'll do there.
That'd be a 42-yard kick, so.
Sanagata, Belant, and Cook to the left. They'll go through the air here. Went for the screen. No one was able to show up on that 3rd down. Snap a little high. Sends it to the right. Way overthrown. Hands thrown, and they'll throw the flag.
Great play by Emil Shomo to draw the pass interference there on the offense.
Benedictine does not think they threw enough hands, and especially with the ball, that one was high and way out of bounds. A little surprised they threw that flag there.
Yeah, both players were getting handsy. He could have gone either way.
But they will give the call in favor of Gilmour, and they'll catch a break there, and they'll set up for 1st down. And they are going to serve this 1st down on the 21st yard line, I believe. 10 yards. No, they'll move it up to the
Just
15.
inside the red zone for the
And
Lancers.
so now we'll see the first presence of a red zone offense for the Lancers here. We'll see if they go through the air. Hasn't completed a deep pass, medium pass yet. Just that short dump off to Sanagata. First one will be a look. Makes it to Belant, but a flag thrown. It's a gain of 5, but we'll see. False start by the Lancers, and that'll move them back 5. Already early, the Lancers suffering from the flags. And that was a big thing with the team last year also. Great team all around, but they were really jumpy, and they drew a lot of flags.
Yeah, just this year's about how you could bounce back from that and basically put the mistakes away and just keep moving.
And now it'll be 1st and 15 here in the red zone. Not at all there on the 21st. They brought themselves right out of there. See if they go on the run here. It's still 1st down. Went for the pass to Belant. That slant only gained about 3-4 yards. I'm waiting for that big throw. That small ball might not keep working, but it'll do a keep. He'll shovel it over to Lennon, but all over it, and down goes Lennon. And that is a loss. And now Gilmour really dug itself in a hole already on their first offensive. Got bailed out once by that pass interference, but they have yet to come up with a response. Second and 21. And incoming for the Lancers, a little more wide receiver help because now 21 yards to go. Your run game has been stalled by this Bengals team, and they are sticking to man defense here. They might drop back to that zone. They'll do just that. And picked off. Patron looked for the slant route down the middle, could not find Ballant, and that's the first turnover of the game, and it'll be from Patron, wrapped up with a bow tie. The Bengals set up in their own territory and have a chance to extend their lead. That was just a rough first drive all around for the Lancers. You got bailed out, but didn't show too much promise, though it's still only not even 5 minutes into this game.
The 2 first plays they had on the drive had a good outlook for the rest of the drive, but they just couldn't build off that. And credit to Benedictine's defense, they adjusted very well.
And you see with Benedictine here, they can anticipate run or pass. Gilmour wasn't afraid to throw the pass relatively short. It was in the air, but they really didn't do that long ball once it failed with Cook. So now that Benedictine defense is set up in that section of the field really compact, when Gilmour keeps running those short passes, it's going to be congested because they're waiting for the run there also. Those linebackers, they can anticipate. And now it'll be the second stint, or no, it'll be the first appearance of the Bengals offense because we saw that special teams take it back all the way. And the first play for the Bengals offense is a run for a gain of a single yard, 2nd and 9. And now major key factors for this Gilmour's defense, the line with Bruno, Cook, Markowski, Lennon, Baskin, Markowski, and Lennon playing both sides of the ball there, but you see Baskin taken up on that defensive end spot, looking to get towards the quarterback. Benny lost a great running back as it was
almost picked off by C.J. Santagata.
Yeah, but Benny was so strong in that run game last year, but like Maloney or that was his name. I don't know why I'm blanking. But he was a great running back, and they relied on him heavily. The loss of him, new guys got to step up, and they went to the pass there. Nearly picked off. Defense making a strong start, 3rd and 9. They'll send 2 out left, 1 out right. 9 yards to go on the 3rd down. The snap. Gilmour sends 5, going back, sends through the middle, swatted away. Dom Dunleavy knocks that ball out of there, and 4 and out go the Bengals. And now we saw that the Gilmour defense was ready to show up. Now the offense got a little breather. They're going to have to come out and reciprocate. Lennon back to receive the punt. Very little we saw a fake. Wouldn't be too surprising. No, we don't know how aggressive each team is willing to be.
This early in the season, I don't think you'll see many fakes either.
Lennon couldn't find too much space, but he was able to muster a 36-yard return off of not great blocking. We'll see if he can muster that now. As we said, really agile. Gilmour nearly gets there. Short punt. It's going to bounce. It's going to get a good roll. And it's going to go out of bounds around the 26-yard line. And the Lancers set up for the second time today. Not as great field position. They're going to have to look to get something going here. Their run game looked good, but you can't just use that. We're going to be right back for the start of this drive. First down and 10 on the Lancer 26. Patron ended that first drive with a pick just outside the red zone. They set up, but flags and loss of yards sent him 20 yards back. The first play will be a handoff and stuffed. Dom Dunleavy got the handoff. Looks like they'll resort to him for a run here or there. We saw that first drive as well.
Yeah, but just can't get past this Benedictine blitz.
And already when you're clearly demonstrated that your running game's your primary option, You're going to have to go to the air here. They've really stumped you here. You've made no progress. Besides that first drive, those first 2 plays, Lennon got through, Sanagata got through. You've been stunted. You've got to get that passing game going early so it's not alien to you here any later in the game. 2nd and 11. Patron keeps it, slides right, nearly avoids the tackle. He's going to drive for around a gain of 2 yards. Couldn't find the option, decides to take himself, but now the Lancers very quickly set up a 3rd and 9. They're going to have to find an answer here.
Yeah, soon, because this is not looking good for them.
And punting-wise, you can get some good distance if you're the Lancers, but obviously you want to try and convert here. 9 yards, so they're going to, I imagine, go for the air here. Sanagata, the primary punter. Patron, the backup. I would imagine it's an either-or decision. You want to keep your quarterback healthy. You lost that in Benedictine, who could place the ball really well last year. And here's the snap. It's going to be a pass down the middle. Caught. Going for the first down. It's completed to Bruno Cook. And 5 yards after the first down, it's going to be for a gain of around 14 yards. The pass right down the middle. Quick decision-making from Patron sets up a Lancers first down.
Bruno Cook's more of a blocking tight end, but we can see some big plays like those out of him.
Curious to see what they got Emil to do. Shomo, the other big man, send him down there to block. See if he gets any targets this game. He's returning the football after a 2-year, 3-year hiatus. Lennon all the way in the back. Patron hands it off, and he's wrapped around, read like a book, a loss of 3. Benedictine is engulfing this Gilmour run game. Man, Gilmour does not have an answer on the run. They've got no reaction time. They're just breaking through that line, and that's what was pre-gamed and perceived to be the strongest part, but Benedictine's just going right through that line. Has got to give some time, some options for Lennon to find a gap.
Gilmour needs to find their strong suit and stick to it for the rest of this game, or else they're going to be caught in something they don't want to be in.
They'll run the same formation. 2nd and 12, handoff. No, Patron will keep it, and tackled, wrapped around the feet, but Bruno Cook nearly gets the first down. Patron sneakily keeps it, pitches it to Cook, and now the Lancers with a much more manageable 3rd and 1, but we've seen the loss of yards on a lot of these running plays. Let's see if they go here. As Sanagata comes off the field. Lennon will be in the backfield. And now Patron under center on the right. Might have seen a jump. They'll hand it to Lennon. He gets through for the first down, twisting and turning around. It's a gain for around 7 as the dog pile pushes him 2 yards further. That line putting in the effort, but they'll stick to the run and finally yielding good results. It's a first down for the Lancers.
They're starting to find their stride here in the end of this first quarter.
3:33 left to go here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, the Gilmour Academy Lancers are taking on the Benedictine Bengals. It's opening week. The Bengals lead 7-0 off a kickoff return, the very first play of the game. Gilmour's offense starting to find its spark a bit. Benny's offense went 4 and out.
You like to see that as a Lancer fan, but Benedictine not showing much on the offensive side of the ball.
But you got to see that your offense can produce. Here is that snap a little high. Little trickery from the Lancers. Ball overthrown. It was sent to Sanagata off the flip, the little semi-flea flicker. Couldn't get it. Overthrown by a large margin. No chance on that one. Sets up 2nd and 10.
And Ballant had him beat by a couple of yards there. That was a good pass. He would have had a touchdown.
Ballant's been the primary receiver we've seen so far. If that's a target, it's either been Cook or Ballant. Not much to see from Shomo yet.
And if Cook gets the ball with space, who knows what will happen.
2nd and 10 for the Lancers. 3:08 left on the clock here in this first quarter. Send Sanagata out to the right. Patron will keep it. making a move. He's got a blocker now on the right side, and Sanagata makes the push, and Patron gets a great gain along the right side. Lancers just outside the red zone, setting up on the Benedictine 22-yard line.
Can't wait to see what this offense will do here when they get inside the red zone, hopefully, because the first time they were there resulted in an interception.
And we see Patron not afraid to carry that ball. He's one of the biggest guys for this Gilmour squad. You could put him under center. He'd perform great, but he's just got that arm from baseball, took up that quarterback position. But he's a good runner. We saw that with we didn't really see that with Cooper last year. Very good thrower, but didn't have a lot of speed on the scrambling. Patron doesn't have speed, but he's got the size, unlike Cooper. Another high snap, brought it down. Lennon wrapped around every time. It's been like that.
Flags on the field.
But Benedictine's got that formation, that play on reads. Anytime that ball is handed to Lennon there, can't get a play, and we'll see what this flag is for. And yes, the flag is going to be against the Bengals. That'll move the Lancers up. They are officially in red zone territory, setting up on the Benedictine 17-yard line.
Hopefully these Lancers can start something this time in the red zone, because last time it did not end so smoothly.
1st and 5 now. Lancers send out 2 left in Shomo and Bellant. They got Lennon in the back. Sends Lennon in formation. It's going to be a keep from Patron, and he just kept it. Looked like he wanted to try a sneaky flick, get out of it, but he holds onto the ball, avoids a fumble, just couldn't make the decision, and then the defensive line got there incredibly quick. Just not time to read it. You could say not the right decision making, but he really hasn't had much time to make those decisions under the pocket. Defensive linemen for the Bengals, give them credit, they have been engulfing the Lancers offensive line.
Yeah, our offensive line has to step up and help our QB so he doesn't get hurt so early in the season.
Loss of 4 yards. It's 2nd and 9 on the 21st-yard line. Lennon in the back, Shomo to the left. Bellant on the right along with Sanagata. It's a keep from Patron. He's going to run for it. He's going to be met halfway towards the first down, a gain of around 4 or 5 yards. Sets up 3rd down. They're back in the red zone, but at this point you really got to punch it through, and with long drives like this, you don't know how long it'll take to go each time. You want to get 6 points, 7 points each time you get near that red zone.
Yeah, but I say right here you can resort to a field goal because it's so early in the game. It really just goes down to how many points you can get later.
And we'll see how Celine performs. But the Lancers looking for a first down here. It's 3rd and 6, 50 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. 1 out right, 3 out left. Lennon in the back. Patron takes a snap. He's going to drop back, sends it through the middle, wide open, and a touchdown for Bruno Cook. And we've seen that several times this game. The man left wide open in the middle. It's like that one weak spot we see in the secondary for the Bengals. They rush because they anticipate that run so much. They leave that open receiver right in the middle, that slant route. We saw it with Bellant, and now we see it with Cook, and that results in 6 points on the board for the Lancers.
And that's what we need to see more from Bruno Cook as the Lancers. Because when he gets open, you don't know what he'll do. He can get a touchdown or even just break off for more yards.
And now Celine's on for the extra point. 37 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lancers finally got on the board. The extra point is up and good, and we are tied here, 7-7. And we'll be right back as special teams gets on the field, and we'll see if the Bengals offense can turn around what was a rather abysmal first drive. We'll be right back. Lancers set up here after a successful drive that started all the way on their 26-yard line. Much better than when they set up on that 45, couldn't produce. Looks like that offense was finally starting to click. Patron with quick decision making, and when they weren't losing yards 1 or 2, they were gaining them 10 at a time.
Yeah, if I'm the Lancers here, I'm kicking it out of bounds. You don't want to give up another touchdown off a return again. So,
but picked up in the end zone, fair catch called, and they'll start on the 20. And now we'll see the Gilmour defense, who had this Bengals offense on blocks. Only one single series, 3 plays they were able to run. Going to see if they try to replicate that style. They went with the run primarily on the Bengals, and now you had a long Gilmour offensive drive to adjust, talk with that offense. Let's see if they decide to change it up here, though. Still early, 37 seconds left here in the first quarter. Much game left to see what they want to do with this offense.
Looks like the Lancers are sitting in cover 2 here.
First down and 10 on the 20 for the Bengals. Setting in motion, it's going to be a pass. Dropping back deep. Sanagata nearly got there, but a throw behind was caught. Twisting around through the air. That's going to be a gain of around 7-8 yards. As first really dropped down pretty far back to make that pass.
Cook almost got him.
And now a little delay. I want to imagine it's a timeout. No, that'll be the end of a quarter. Teams will take a breather, a break on the sidelines to discuss here, but probably the biggest gain already for the Bengals on their very first. Gilmour's going to discuss, and we'll switch sides, and we'll be right back. We take the field here to start the second quarter. Benny has the ball. 2nd down and 2 on their own 28-yard line. 8-yard pass completion to start the drive at the end of the first. They'll go on the run here. Goes right through the middle, weaving enough to pick up the first down and around 2 more. It's going to be a Bengals first down. Cord Blair, the junior, 5'9", 155. He's their primary running back, and this guy's a stud. Filling in big shoes from a great running back room from last year for the Bengals. Setting up first down. What is it, Brett?
Lancers look like they're sitting in cover 2 here now. Big adjustment on the defense from Coach Bates.
And now 2 receivers out right, 1 out left in the back. First, sends in Spikes into motion, the tight end. He'll keep it. He's looking right, and that's completed. And he drops the shoulder, gets past. A huge gain. Iacampo, the quarterback's also a junior. You normally see that seniors taking up those slots, but a junior duo, lethal duo between Iacampo.
And that's where you see the Lancers' size. That's their downfall in plays like that, where you got to make the tackle and you just can't get to him.
And now Iacampo under center. They've been rolling 2 first downs when they couldn't pull a single one up on their first drive. It's a handoff, right side with much room, heading through the middle, big hit.
And another first down for the Bengals as they.
Sanagata, but a better run, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bengals continue to roll on. Blair with another huge drive. He's found his footing early. He was stopped relatively easy on that first drive. Made an adjustment. Just super agile. Similar to a Lennon. He's not as the taller guy, but he's short and he's got stature and he can be agile and just weave through. And now the first down and 10 in Gilmour territory. It's a handoff. Avoids the tackle. Sheds on the right for a gain of around 5. And they'll stick with Blair because he is being an absolute unit right now.
Letting on the tackle there.
And Benny exclusively exploiting that weakness that we seem to notice on the right side. They have barely ever really approached from that left side. They've specifically been targeting that right for Blair specifically to find the gap, the hole. And now they set up 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard run from Blair. He's in the backfield again. 2 receivers out right, 1 left. Iacampo sends the senior tight end, the motion. Blair, another gain, this time of around 3, sets up the first 3rd down of the drive. And now I imagine on a short distance play like this, you got 2 yards, 3 yards, and you've seen Blair just power through. I wouldn't be surprised if they stick with Blair here on this 3rd down.
And the Lancers, you got to blitz here. You can't do. I mean, you can't sit in the zone coverage here and expect to pass. You gotta put everybody in line there and just hope for the best.
Benny does send out 2 left, 1 right. Blair in the backfield. Iacampo sends the motion man across, and they will indeed hand it to Blair. A great jersey snag, and that's going to be short of the line. It's going to be 4th down and a huge stop for the Lancers here. Finally able to get 4th down, and now it's around that territory of debatable, but they will indeed go for it. I wouldn't be surprised if they run it back with the run. They got a good hold around the waist right there on Blair, but that was a really tough tackle. Hard to reciprocate, but a big 4th down here in Lancers territory. They're set up on the Lancers 34-yard line. 2 receivers out right, 1 out left. Blair in the backfield, 4th and 2. Spikes in motion. They'll hand it to Blair. He goes through. He's held back. Did he get there? They'll call it short. The Lancers get the stop, and they just halted Blair in his tracks. What an amazing stand on that series of plays around the 35-yard line.
What a way to make a statement by Lancers to start this 2nd quarter.
But they're going to challenge the spot. Benny believes they got it for sure. We'll see if they bring out the chain gang. They'll discuss it, but
the chain's already moving up.
But no, they'll stand it. It'll be Lancers ball and a huge stop, and the Lancers, for the first time today, have a chance to take the lead, setting up in similar position as last drive, where Lennon and Patron really took command and sent him down. The 4-minute drive ends, and a turnover on downs for the Bengals, and the Lancers set up here. Now, if I'm looking on this drive, I continually want to see them expand on the pass game. We saw that opening in the middle. Patron, good awareness to find Cook on the middle and Ballant in the middle and a little on the outside too. We saw Sanagata get a few action. The screens really didn't work here. You got plenty of time though to continue to see if you can make something. They did bring the chain gang out, but
he did not get it.
Yeah, it's confirmed. It's Lancer ball here. 8 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter.
And how can the Lancers take advantage of this opportunity and take the lead?
I think you stick to your key players here, Brett. 7-7 tied here in the 2nd. The Lancers, if you're just joining us or joined in briefly, the Lancers are taking on the Benedictine Bengals in this opening week. They're tied. The only points coming from the special teams on the very first play. 7 seconds of total special teams put the Bengals on the board early. They haven't been able to produce since. Lancers getting their offense going as that first snap's high. Patron comes down with it. And now on the left side, stumbling, easily getting the first down is Cook. Boy, has he been a key player here in this first half for the Lancers.
He's really shown up this year as a blocking tight end and a catching tight end receiving.
Goodnow's got to figure out how to get that ball under control. It's been quite a bit of high snaps, and even though Patron gets those under control, that loses crucial time to think and observe your options.
Hopefully they're just first game jitters, but we'll see.
Goodnow, the senior center captain. And now the good decision to find Cook using his speed and size picks up the first down. Lancers set up on their own 46-yard line. Belant and Shomo outright. Loaded backfield for the Lancers. Patron snaps, but we have a flag thrown. And it's going to be an offsides on the Lancers, or false start, pardon. And that'll move them back 5 yards, and that's a momentum killer anytime. The flags, just on formation, they'll punch. I hear stories, my brother's on the team, the lengths they go to make sure you don't do that in practice, and then you still have those results in a game. 5 yards is a huge deal, and now you're set up on your 41-yard line instead of your 46. And now that takes away that run game.
It looks like Benedictine is warming up their backup quarterback.
Lennon, with a great run, able to get all that yardage back from the penalty with a gain of +2. So that'll be a 7-yard gain for Lennon. Speed and agility gets him there. Tell me more about that backup quarterback situation.
Yeah, it seems like Benedictine is warming up their backup quarterback, number 3, Matthew First.
The other senior quarterback. Equally, it's a very tight QB competition. So from what I've observed, either or guys can come in and make a difference. So I wonder if it's more of a gameplay change or if there was an injury. But maybe since they've observed this Gilmour defense, they want to make that change. Lennon gets the handoff to the left. He's got some room. He wanted to make a cut down the middle, and it works. He was able to push through the yardage after contact severe. He wanted to caught during his change of direction. He was just able to power through. Raw strength picks up the first down for the Lancers, and now they set up in Bengals territory.
Small but mighty.
And the Lancers officially set up on the Bengals 40. They've stuck with the run these past 2 plays. Bruno Cook, big chunk plays each time. They're not playing the small ball much anymore. Belant and Shomo outright. Loaded backfield once again. It'll be a keep from Patron. Flag thrown. Sends it out to Bruno Cook, and a massive hit at the line of scrimmage, but we'll see where that flag will put the Lancers. And it'll be an illegal shift on the Lancers, moving them back. And again, momentum killer. Repeat of downs, but attack at the line of scrimmage. They'll do it again. 5 yards back. And that was a tough hit on Bruno Cook right at the knees. Able to get up just fine, but those can always be scary.
Oh, yeah, especially helmet to the knees. Never know how you can bounce back from those.
Bengals finally were able to show the stop, but will redo first down, 5 yards back. Lancers set up on the Bengals 45-yard line. Lancers have really had a loaded backfield, sending out Shomo and Belant to distract. We'll see if they can get some action here. We haven't seen Shomo really make a play yet. Belant and Sanagata in motion. Now they set up in their respective 2 left, 1 right. Sends Cook in motion. Snap. Patron rolls out left. It's a keep. He's going to cut through. Stays in bounds. Wrapping around. And his foot went out of bounds. He could have kept going.
If his foot doesn't go out of bounds there, that's a for sure touchdown.
And there's the size and speed. We'll see what the gain is. Oh, he got all out of bounds all the way at that 40. Looked like he was able to muster for sure his way to the 35-yard line. And now 2nd and 10. 5:22 left to go here in the first half. Lancers have halted the Bengals offense, but looking to keep a spark alive from what has been a rough start on the offense because you got a lot of new faces, young talent. And now Patron wrapped around, but he was able to escape the tackle twice, thrice, but eventually brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Evading 3 tackles is enough. 4 might be the limit there. And that's a loss of a yard and sets up 3rd down. No, tackled at the line of scrimmage. Nonetheless, no gain for the Lancers, and they're going to have to work probably through the air here to get that 1st down set up on the Bengals 40 or the 39-yard line. Surprisingly, a gain of 1. Sure didn't look like it. Must have squeezed his way, wrapped around while coming down. Sanagata and Ballant outright. Shomo on the left. Patron takes the snap. It's a run down the middle, weaving through a 1st down. Sheer speed for Dunleavy, who took the snap there in the back, and he's able to muster a 1st down. Sleeper guy for the Lancers. He's come in on a few run plays, each with great impact.
And this running back room is just making things happen here in this 1st half for the Lancers.
As we said, wanted to strictly stick, not strictly, but heavily rely on that run game, knowing the ifs and the high lows, or the high highs, but the lows of this weaker, definitely weaker running wide receiver room. We'll see him develop over the year, but going from Iliano and Broberg is definitely a transition. Still haven't seen action from Shomo yet. Ballant a few targets, but it's really been Bruno Cook making the action happen. And it's a handoff in the middle to Lennon. He's around the 23-yard line for a gain of 6 yards. 3:48 and counting. The Lancers with a gain of 6 sets up 2nd and 4. Nearly near the red zone. Patron's got this offense rolling.
Yeah, the Lancers just keep pounding the ball through the middle and hoping for the best.
See if they stick to the run here. It's been their momentum, heavily utilizing it. Haven't seen Shomo, Sanagata, or Ballant utilized in a minute. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. And in the back to the side of Patron. Handoff to him, no! Patron was going to keep it, fumbled the snap, was able to pick it up relatively quickly, but a waste of a 3rd down, I believe. Yeah, so now that sets up a 3rd and 7. That's just a play down the gutter you could have used.
Nah, you got to throw the ball. You can't really run it here on a 3rd and long.
We did see a Dunleavy carry on that 3rd and long, though, last time. We've seen he's been able to get those big yardage. I wouldn't be surprised.
But do they go back to that same play?
Hey, you've got that wide receiver room heavily different.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see Shomo on a fade here.
We'll see here. 3 receivers left, 1 out right. Patron looks for the screen setup. Pass to Sanagata. Not going to work against the Bengals in a gain of around 1 yard, not even. And that sets up 4th down. We'll see if the Lancers send in Celine or they'll continue to play. Lancers, the chance to take the lead, stalled out near the entrance to the red zone.
Looks like they're going to hold off the kicker here.
Makata coming in for Sanagata. They're going to stack up on that wide receiver spot. Looks like they might go to the pass here. Again, the screens haven't really worked out for the Lancers thus far.
I'd keep an eye on Shomo. Cornerback's up tight on him. You could see him on a fade or a slam.
2 receivers each side. Lennon to the right of Patron. Here's the snap. Patron drops back, looking right. Pump fake. He's going to go down the middle. Makes a move and a big hit. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And the Bengals are going to take over on their own 25-yard line. Patron thought he had the room, couldn't muster his way to a 1st down. And the Bengals take over once again to try and reclaim their lead with 2:19 left to go here in the 1st half.
Surprising play call there by Coach Bates.
Now I wonder too, because I feel they were definitely looking for pass there. I think Patron makes like big decisions during the play. I've noticed that his decision making seems a little frantic. He's looking left, right. And now we're going to see that change in quarterback. As you mentioned, Matthew First, the other senior quarterback, 6'1", 225, dropping back deep. And he's going to send it down the middle. A little breakaway, but a great swat. Amazing play.
Receiver wants pass interference, but does not look like he's going to get it. And it looks like Lennon has a cramp here.
Man, you hate to see him go down, especially when you got a offensive threat. But what a great defensive play. But he is still down.
Looks to be in pain.
They'll send out the trainers there. But boy, what an amazing leaping stop. We're going to take an injury timeout. We'll be right back after this short break. Lennon able to get up. Just a reminder, he did injure himself on a 200-meter dash on the track season this spring.
It was a avulsion fracture in his hip, I believe.
So definitely originally looked like a cramp. Could be something more. Needed to be helped off the field. Able to hobble himself off now, but that is a major weapon loss, not just on the defense with that amazing play right there, but also on the offense. The first play of the game.
And Ballant checked in for him, so hopefully he'll be able to compensate for his speed.
So Matthew first play looked deep, incomplete. Great play from Lennon. Hope he's all right. Second play is going to be the handoff, going through the middle, shedding through. That's a gain of around 7 yards. Blair again, the ball carrier. Really is, or we'll see, it was the sophomore Forte on the carry. First time we've really seen him, and he's staying in the field on the field. 2 receivers out right, 1 out left. Motion man Shee, the second tight end. And Forte easily picks up the first down on 3rd down. 1:39 on the clock. And they're going to have to play that 2-minute drill as they have around 62 yards towards the end zone, 135 and counting. First down. First is going to roll to the right. He's looking deep. He throws a high throw, but comes down with it. An amazing catch on the right side.
Gilmour's defense calling for an incompletion. It seemed like he didn't get both of his feet down or just got one, but can't really tell.
That was Tremel Reese. An amazing catch. Thrown a little high first, though. Able to establish that passing game that wasn't really possible before. And he'll roll out left this time, but wrapped around, sacked behind the line. That ball kept going, and now it's out, and Gilmour has it. That sack, it looks like first just kept staying up. Eventually the ball just pops out.
Dunleavy with the forced fumble.
Amazing. He should have just went down.
Yeah.
You have all 3 of your timeouts. And that's first, not great decision making there. He had the chance to just go down, tried to keep it alive, had a chance, but Dunleavy punching that ball out.
Now will the Lancers be able to take the lead?
They've got 1:06 and 2 timeouts setting up near midfield. They'll officially be on the Lancers' 49-yard line.
And if this Lancer offense can get inside the 30, I could see a potential Evan Saline field goal from there.
Lennon back in the game. Luckily, it wasn't nothing serious.
Celine warming up on the sideline, so.
Makata has now entered the game in several consecutive plays. We'll see Cook in motion. First play is to Lennon going up the middle, weaving through, and that's an 11-yard run for a first down quickly on the Bengals 40.
So Lennon is back after that short injury.
And now setting up 1st and 10, 40 yards to go, 57 seconds and counting to do it. Gilmour has 2 timeouts.
We're going in no huddle here.
2 receivers out left, 1 out right. They'll go on the run again. Lennon again through the middle. This time it's a 7-yard effort. And now on the 33-yard line, 42 seconds to go. Gilmour's holding on to those timeouts, leaving no time for the Bengals. Remember, their only way they scored was on a kick return. If you could find your way to punch yourself into the end zone as clock expires, that'd be beneficial to you. But we will see a timeout called.
Miscommunication there.
Also think there was a little hobbling, a little injury by Sanagata. Slow to get to the sideline, but we're going to get a discussion here. You get a chance to get with your offense, discuss here. So now you're nearing the red zone. Your running game's looking great, but 30 yards to cover. 30 yards to cover in 30 seconds, and you got 1 timeout. If you could get on the outside, we've seen all the passes nearly completed down the middle. You have the screen hasn't worked, but you've got Bruno Cook on his slants and quick cuts. You can get it to him. If you can get out of bounds, or you can get that long-distance pass play, which hasn't really worked yet.
And we know Celine can hit a field goal from around the 30. We saw that in warm-ups. But will Coach Bates pull the trigger on the field goal, or will he stick to his offense-heavy game?
It's in Gilmour's possession to take the lead here after a first play touchdown by the Bengals. And I'd find it notorious too, that D line that was so strong against the Lancers has really crumbled, and Lennon and Dunleavy and Sanagata are just heading right through the middle of the once brick wall in that first quarter. It's slowly showing its weakness. Now 2nd and 3rd. Patron takes a snap, rolls out right. It's a keep, flag thrown, and a tackle for loss. Didn't even think about throwing it.
My guess is it's probably going to be a holding on the offense.
And we'll see what the flag is. It's going to be on Gilmour, sending him back. And that is, now it's a whole different drive. 24 seconds, that's going to bring you back 5. I believe the call was a hold. Let's see, yes, indeed it is a hold. So even further back go the Lancers. That is a loss of 10 yards. And the Lancers are going to set up on the Bengals' 43-yard line. Boy, what a brutal penalty.
And the clock is running, so they're going to have to make a decision real quick here.
15 seconds, they're going to have to go through the air here.
Shomo still with the tight coverage on and not be able to make a big play.
By the time they get the snap there, Patron's just going to look in the air. Just a prayer down the middle of the field. A terrible decision. He was about to get sacked. He just heaved it. No spiral, no direction on there. And I don't agree with that decision. Luckily, it didn't end in disaster. And now
you know what they say? If he had better hands, he'd be playing offense.
But now the Lancers have 3 seconds. It's 3rd and 13. I don't think Celine makes a kick from there. We're going to see one more effort play. But, man, what was looking to be a promising end. Lancers dug themselves into a trench with those penalties.
And you got to cut those out beginning of the season. Just build up every single game, you know.
So we're going to see Patron hasn't been able to deliver the long ball yet. Their only option of a touchdown here, 3 seconds, unless you get some really tricky run. That'd take a lot of guts to pull off. So 3 seconds, time for one more play. That's out of range for any high school kicker. Nothing's out of range at this point for these NFL kickers I've been watching, though. They're drilling them from 71 yards.
But that doesn't count for the records.
True. I
Sadly.
imagine they'll be broken this season. It's just they're becoming superhuman. Won't be long until we see these high schoolers kicking it from the 50-yard line. Not yet, though, and the Lancers have 3 seconds.
Will they play it safe, or will they throw the ball?
They'll play it safe with the run to Lennon, going through the middle, wrapped around at the 27-yard line, and that'll be the half. We are tied 7-7. The Bengals dormant since the kick return to start the game. The Lancers had a strong drive. Penalties been brutal. We're going to head to halftime. The Lancers will receive to start the second half. We'll see you then, and we'll be right back. Halfway through the game, we are tied 7-7. The Lancers and the Bengals at JCU. Lancers were able to score on one of their drives. They got picked off in the red zone, their first. The only scoring for the Bengals, the very start of the game on a kick return. Now where both offenses have stalled and defenses have shined, we got to see who responds first. Gilmour will receive the ball. They defended first after Benny deferred the coin toss.
It looks like Gilmour's trying to take up the whole field instead of going to their respected half.
Lennon will be the man in the back to return, Sanagata the other, unless they change it up. Looks like they have Dunleavy, who's taken a good role. Sanagata really taken the least of the roles at the running back spot today. Dunleavy been able to break through the gap and get large chunk plays, 10 yards, 11 yards, and then Lennon, those short bursts of like 6 or 7 yards, and then he'll get like 16 or 17. No in between. He was earlier in the game wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage in the pistol formation. Could not get a run going on that right side, that left side of that defensive line for the Bengals. Incredibly strong. But since then, the line for offense and defense for the Lancers has strengthened, stalled their offense, and their run game has been thriving immensely. But it's a whole another half of ball here as Benedictine set to kick it off. Kicker Nate Majors sends it through the air. That's going to be bouncing off the ground and out of bounds on the kickoff. That'll move the ball up more. And the Lancers offense takes the field to start this second half. Now, what are you looking for in this offense here?
I'm looking for them trying to get the ball to Emil outside on the wide receiver position, because he has not gotten any touches on the ball this game. And I feel like he can make a big impact with his size and speed, but we'll see what they choose to do here with Coach Bates.
I'm looking for a little more of that deep ball. Yes, that run has been working. Perfect way to set him up to be off guard for a deep pass. Patron, when he has sent it down, that's when the pocket collapsed and he couldn't get a clean throw off. I'm looking for that line to strengthen, and we'll see if we can get that deep ball and break through on the scoreboard. Right now we sit 7-7. Receivers out left and right. Loaded backfield. Lennon all the way back. Sends Sanagata in motion. It'll be a handoff to Lennon. He's going to be wrapped around the line of scrimmage. A gain of 2. That sets up 2nd and 10. And now we see Dunleavy come in the game. As the Lancers set up 2nd and 8, tied 7-7. Lights on full blast now. And that's the amazing part. No matter it's a Friday or Saturday, getting to play under the lights. Snap, Patron keeps it, sends it to the right. Sanagata has it. Wrapped around for a 5-yard gain. The screen, first time it's wielded, successful results.
Taken down by Antoine Smith.
And now it sets up 3rd and 1, 3rd down situation. You got 3 potential running backs go through. Out comes Sanagata.
Wouldn't be surprised if Gilmour does a QB sneak here or their own version of a tush
Patron
push.
is always an option for them. Patron is under center in the back. Lennon and Dunleavy. Lennon will get it. He'll get the first down and more. He's on the right side. He breaks 3. He's got to break a tackle. He gets knocked out of bounds around the 40, 39-yard line. A huge gain for Lennon on a 3rd and 1. That quick burst of speed. He was over on that right side.
I believe that was Dunleavy.
Second. Was it Dunleavy?
Yes.
It was Dunleavy.
The problem with having 2 good running backs, you keep mixing them up.
Yeah, loading them both in that backfield. Patron under center again. They'll run that same formation, no huddle. This time it's Lennon, and he gets around a 2-yard gain. It's between those 2 spots, Dunleavy, Lennon. They can switch between, and they go to that no huddle. Switch up the don't have to switch up the formation, but you can switch up the game plan. 2 very different play styles. Out comes Lennon. In comes Makata. He's getting more time on the field now. As we'll see, they were loading up on receivers when they were looking to pass a little more at the end of that first half. First time we really got to see him take the field is that wide receiver option. We're going to stay together, stay tight, as we have Bruno Cook in motion, and the snap is over Patron's head. He's able to pick it up, and he's going to heave it on the right side out of bounds.
Great play by Patron there to avoid intentional grounding.
And that's the first pass that officially went over his head. He's been able to stop a few, but Goodenow has got to figure out how to control that ball. That's a few offline snaps in a row in this game. Just Patron's going to have to reach a little high, a little low, or just miss that ball altogether. And that's just a waste of a down. Able to get away with it, but that is a free second down lost, and now it's 3rd and 8. You are in Bengals territory. See if they go with the pass here. They have run on 3rd and longs before.
I'd keep my eye out on Emil Shomo here. They got tight coverage on it. If he can break free, you can see a big play coming his way.
You got 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. You got Dunleavy at running back. Sends Bruno Cook into motion. Quick pass to Sanagata, and a little short, a gain of around 4 or 5 yards, and that's going to set up 4th and 3 for the Lancers. Celine can kick from far. He was going great in warm-ups, but I imagine this is a 4th down, go for it situation.
If I'm Coach Bates, I'm giving the reins to Celine, seeing if he can make this, because it's the first game of the season. You know your defense can bounce back and protect Celine in kicking field goals, but we'll see what he chooses to do here.
I find that interesting. I'd say you've got the momentum you've built on this drive. 3 minutes through, you've been able to convert each time. Gilmour is going to keep that offense on the field. Ballant outright, Shomo out left, Dunleavy all the way in the back. The snap, and tried to get him to jump, but instead it's going to be the Lancers fooled by their own trick, and that's going to send them back 5. And now that'll change the play call here in an even further kick potentially, but they might send out the special teams here. And that's going to do just that. The Lancers are going to send out the punt unit for the first time this game. Costly penalty. Tried to get him to jump. We're going to run the play anyways, but Lancers jump on their own trick, and we go to a punt here. See how they place it.
Could possibly see a fake punt here, knowing Coach Bates.
Tramel Reese, the junior wide receiver, 6'1", 180. He's in the backfield to receive. Sanagata, the punter, awaiting the snap. It's a little high. Comes down with it, sends it. A not great punt. It's going to get a good roll, but that one was shanked to the right. But it's going to get a roll all the way to the 16-yard line. A good roll saved a relatively poor punt from Sanagata, and the Bengals are going to set up on their own 16. The Lancers have been suffocating on defense, but a whole halftime to discuss. We'll see a different change of plans, or if they keep it the same. We're going more to the air when they put in Matthew First in place for Giovanni Iacampo. And this time they're going to stick with Matthew First at quarterback. The one deep ball he tried, Lennon broke it up. Each team really hasn't been able to find that deep ball, primarily using the run. More of a 50-50 for the Benedictine Bengals, though. Have been able to get the pass through. They'll start with a run, a little mishap, a cut, and not able to get much past the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a gain of around 1 yard. Fort, the running back, Fort and Blair have been the 2 running backs for the Bengals. We seem to have an injury on the field. And we're going to take an injury timeout as we hope they're all right. We'll be right back. It was Baskin who went down, needs to be helped off the field, able to go on his own 2 feet at the end. The defensive edge, able to put on the pressure there. Baskin looking to really make an impact, but he's going to have to take a few snaps out. We hope that's nothing serious. Nonetheless, 2nd and 8 for the Bengals. They sit on their 18-yard line. Matthew first, still under center, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back and a throw down the middle. Caught on a cross route through the middle with some room. Finally tackled in Gilmour territory. John Jones Jr., the senior wide receiver.
I honestly thought that Jack Kenny, defensive end, came in for Blake Baskin, was going to break up that pass there when he hit the quarterback, but seems like the wide receiver was just able to get to it quick enough.
First was able to place it, maybe a little underthrown, but able to stall the pace, and there was just so much room in the midfield. Caught off guard. That secondary hasn't seen much action this game. Caught off guard there, and they'll make adjustments. Now the Lancers defending in their own territory. First, gonna hand off on the first snap of this down, and it is gonna be a gain of around 8. They are using Caden Fort a lot more. We haven't seen Blair take a snap in a few. Setting up 2nd and 3 yards. There's a 7-yard gain on the run. Inching closer. They're getting their long distance plays. Now that's the first pass we really saw in medium or deep range, really, that we saw was actually completed. Second and 2, they'll go with Fort again. This time he got a lot of room on the right, slid down, Turf Monster got him, but another monster gain. Huge speed and agility, and that's another first down in the Bengals setup on their 24-yard line.
Looks like Sebastian Cook is hurt, limping to the sideline.
Off the field.
Looks like Nate Lennon is coming in as his replacement. Baskin back on the field.
Good to see that injury hasn't affected too much.
Not Baskin.
She in motion. It's a handoff again. It's Fort. And another good gain, but they'll send him back further. But he got a gain of around 6 yards, 5 yards before he was sent back. That's a manageable 2 and 5.
Sent back by Jack Kenny on the play, first-year football player.
Slow to get up, starting to get damaged. First play of the game, you can really experience a difference between a scrimmage and a game, like an actual game. The physicality. We're gonna take another timeout.
Looks like one of the good nows.
It was Markowski who's coming out.
Another
There's a flag down on
senior who makes a big impact on this defense. We hate to lose him.
But there was a hold on the Bengals, and that'll send them back. They are now on the Lancers' 29-yard line. They'll redo first down and 15. Forte lined up behind first in pistol formation. First sends Shia in motion. Here's the snap. First will keep it. Pump fakes. He'll take it himself. Tries to drive through. Gets a good gain and a flag thrown. It might have looked like a face mask. It was a rough way to come down. We'll see what the call is. Surprise, he took guts. He's a bigger guy, too. 6'1", 225 for a quarterback. And we'll see the call indeed. They'll call that flag, and it's half the distance to the goal. And the Bengals will set up in the red zone for what feels like a long time. This is the first time this entire game they have set up. They've been near the red zone, have never breached it, and now finally in the Lancers red zone, setting up on the 11. Can they finally punch it through and get their first score since the very first seconds of this game? Forte in first, in the back, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Senshia in motion. Common play, they keep running it. Forte brought down by the jersey. A great play
Tim Lennon on the play. Another one where he's had by the jersey.
And that saved a massive run earlier from Blair, the
He's
jersey
always there to tug in
tackle.
the jersey. Blake Baskin back in the game.
2nd and 10 in the red zone. They'll keep 1st in there. They've made that transition from Iacampo, and they haven't gone back since. Forte in 1st. Again, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the snap, little low, gets the handoff. Forte driving through, right down the middle, weaving and turning for a touchdown, and the Bengals retake the lead since the 1st quarter.
Now, how will these Lancers respond to that?
I want to give credit to the Bengals. That was just a great drive and a clinic of running.
Another injury here for the Lancers, as looks like Jack Soder. Or is
Soder,
that
the
Blake
safety.
Baskin? Oh, Baskin again.
Must have been a cramp that first time if he's got to manage it again.
Now he's limping.
They'll send the trainers out. So we still have the extra point pending. But that is a touchdown for Forte.
Sure.
With Soder. The safety hasn't seen much action simply because it's been a run-heavy game back and forth.
I was looking at the guy walking out, limping off the field versus Blake Baskin. I
Soder's
cannot tell who is on the ground now.
We'll get back to you with an update after this injury timeout. That was Blount on the injury, wide receiver, primarily for the Lancers, also that defensive back. Was able to get off on his own accord, full speed. Extra point pending now for the Bengals. They're up 6, 13-7. We'll see if they try to kick it or will go up 8 with a 2-pointer, but they'll send in Nate Majors to kick the extra point. His 2nd extra point attempt of the day. Made the first with ease. Lancers special teams looking for a stop. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. The Bengals lead 14-7 with 5:34 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Lancers will take the field once again, starting to harbor a lot of injuries, and they were halted when it looked like they had so much momentum. That's one of those times that halftime's that momentum killer that works against you. Again, I want to look for more of that airplay from the Lancers. You've got the running game working well for you. Yes, you've got Dunleavy, Sanagata, and Lennon, but you're starting to get predictable for these backs. You're sending the blitz a lot more in anticipation. You've got to see if you can't deliver that ball. You scored your touchdown by delivering a ball up the middle for Bruno Cook. I'm looking to get him more involved in this game as we continue on in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they're going to need to start shifting to the pass game more than the run game, because Benny's knows to defend this run game. If we can shift to this pass game and get balls downfield, then who knows what can happen. Sky's the limit for this offense.
Still waiting for action from Shomo and Makata in that wide receiver room. It's been run heavy. Again, we'd look to see some more action. Sanagata and Lennon in the back to receive this kick. Lennon had that great return to start off, got him to the 45.
Can he improve on that this time? We'll see.
Ready for the kick. Here it comes. It's up in there. They'll try the squib kick. Received and brought down by his own accord. Playing it safe around the 32-yard line.
Soder on the catch.
Interesting play to try the squib. I mean, sure, why not? That was a Benedictine special last season. The Lancers love to try the squib. He was a master at placing it well. The Lancers forced many turnovers. Good heads-up play by Soder to get it from over his shoulder, brought it down, and that's a good place to start the offense for that one, for this drive, where it seems they've been starting to struggle a little bit to move ahead. They're a little predictable. They send out Lennon to start. Ballant's back on the field. He's lined up left. 2 receivers out right, Lennon in the back.
They keep matching up really tight on Shomo out on the far side.
Here's the snap a little high, brought down Lennon. Brought down even further. Loss of 2 yards. And again, Lennon, when he goes right on that exact play call, just down every time. And we have more Lancers down, along with the Bengal. Dual injury.
Luke Markowski down for the Lancers.
And it's been a lot of cramping. Looks like more and more cramping. And I know the coaches are going to preach hydration, and you always think you got enough, but it's those first games. Every high school season, you see it the same. They're going down like flies left and right, stretching those calves. Lots of cramping. Cramping issues resolved. Markowski also needing to get helped off the field on his own 2 legs, but another player limping to the sidelines. Lancers will resume play. 2nd and 12 on their 29-yard line. 5:21 left to go here in this third quarter. Lancers trail 14-7. The Bengals finally got their offense going. After that kickoff return and then dormancy, they got it going. Now the Lancers look to respond. 2nd and 12. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Patron looks right. Quick pass to Bruno Cook. Finally got the ball to him again. And he's going to be wrapped around. And more cramping in the backfield. And that is Dunleavy. Able to get up, but he was pounding the ground in pain. And now another Bengal down. All the injuries coming out. Folks, I'll give you this point. We'll have a hydration break.
Drink water.
This happened last year, too. Every year at this point, it seems like the high school game's the first one where everyone's cramping. And the coach, when you got a new coach coming in every year, they didn't see the game from last year. If I'm coming back the second year, I'm making sure they got those gallon jugs carrying around, and I want you to fill that up 3 times a day, and I want you to send a picture to our football group chat each time you finish one of these, and you're going to fill it up again. You got to drink that water. Or you do the pickle juice. Bring the pickle juice. That's what.
Bring the pickle juice.
That's the origin. That's what.
I've never heard bring the pickle juice.
That was what they used. I don't remember which college team, but
I'm gonna yell that
at
my teammates. Bring the pickle juice.
Anything really at this point.
That'll get your teammates drinking, yelling, "Bring the pickle juice."
Down left and right. And able to get up, but it looks like it's going to be another limper.
You know what they say? Bring the pickle juice.
No, look up that video. It's interesting. I don't remember, but it was a football team where this like their athletic trainer had them drink pickle juice on the sidelines. I'm like, they stopped cramping.
That feels very, very,
And I don't know
very
if it's
unsafe.
related, but no. And then like, it like led to like Gatorade being made.
I do not believe that at all.
No, look it up. They might be unrelated.
Zachary Berman, Gatorade historian.
No, trust. All right, we're gonna resume. Third and 5, 5:10 left to go.
Little break by the Gatorade historian, as the Lancers are still on the offensive side of the ball.
Now we'll see. Clock stop now. They can adjust the ball. We'll see what's going on here. But they stopped the clock, and now
3rd and 5.
they'll keep it rolling again. 3rd and 5. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Patron looking deep. Way overthrown. Not even a chance for Sanagata on the left side. And that's going to set up 4th and 5. Lancers sure to punt here. And wasted opportunity here on the punchback drive. That deep ball not working for Patron here.
They might be going for it here. Doesn't look like they brought out the pup team. Yes, they are going for it.
I imagine they'll just try to get them off sides here. Give it a shot. It's 4th and 5. 5 yards back when you've got a punter. Though Sanagata wasn't able to get it that far. The timeout. Wonder if they debated trying to get him to jump. I'm sure the Bengals weren't falling for it. We'll see a timeout from the Bengals, and we'll be right back. So again, they'll set up. I imagine it's to draw off sides. Middle of the 3rd quarter, you're only down 1 score. Would be a very gutsy call, especially on 4th and mid-range where you haven't gotten the pass to work. But they will run a play. They swing it to Lennon, and he's got it. What a risky play, and the Lancers benefit off it. The screen that hasn't worked, just the pitch off to Lennon, and he's just able to muster out enough. Bengals even called the timeout, thinking no way they run a play here. Caught him off guard. Lennon using that speed, got the edge on the right side. What a gutsy move by the Lancers.
Playing it like it's Madden, you know? Just going for it every single time, hoping for the best. Trust in your players.
And that's going to...
And bring the pickle juice.
All right, bud. And that's going to bring up a new 1st down, moving the chains. 4:43 left to go. Lancers still down a score, but this low offensive game, that conversion instead of a turnover is huge. And now we might have another timeout, potential injury. And now we have 2 more injuries. Yep, as we see coming from the Lancers bench, come a Bengal. And there's that more of those injuries.
Lots of cramps.
Trainers getting just as much cardio as all these wide receivers running the routes today.
We have great trainers at Gilmour Academy.
Taking the field on a fresh set of downs. They set up on their 42-yard line. The Lancers looked and really strictly run. The pitch to Lennon got the 1st down on the gutsy 4th and 5th call.
Wouldn't be surprised if Bates points his offense in the direction of where that backup cornerback is. Try to get a mistake out of him.
He keeps it to himself. Patron takes a big hit as he gets a gain of around 4. Helmet right to the back. Football's a brutal sport, and he's
not for the faint of heart.
Unfazed. Gain of 4 on the quarterback keep. And those short gains, those work really well when you want to work with that run game. Lennon and Dunleavy can get you consistent gains of 4 and 5 yards. 2nd and 6th is really manageable. We'll see how the Lancers look to approach it here as there's 4:06 left on the clock and counting. They're down a score, 14-7. They are on their own 46-yard line. Loaded backfield. Receivers out right and left. Hand off to Dunleavy, and he's just going to keep going. He shed a tackle, got
Down
10 more yards.
35.
And finally brought down. Beautiful run.
And it looks like he might be having a cramp issue.
And it'll be just that.
And another cramp on Benedictine, number 11.
And yeah, Dunleavy's got to go to the ground. They're going to bring out the trainers again.
Bring the pickle juice, man. I'm telling you. You said it first, and I'm continuing it.
We'll take another injury timeout. We'll be right back. 3:49 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
So it seems like both of them are up and fine. Looks like Lennon's going to check in for Dunleavy here. And with 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter, the Bengals have the lead, 14-7, and it's 1st and 10, Lancers.
Lancers set up on the Bengals' 35-yard line. Huge gain from Dunleavy before he went down with yet another cramp. It'll be Lennon now. He went down with a cramp earlier. It's the hydration battle. Who can outlast it? It's endurance. Lancers down a score. 3:49 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll keep it rolling. Sanagata to the left. Lennon to the right. It's a handoff to Lennon. He's got room down the middle. He's got a holder and a blocker, and he is going to stroll his way in. Just a beautiful run and great blocking that didn't even need. They were set up if they needed it. Sanagata placed there beautifully. Just a great play call and a better run from Lennon, and the Lancers have a chance to tie it up here with 3:32 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Beautiful run by Lennon there. And that might have been the first play of this drive without a cramp from either team.
You might jinx it.
Oh,
they'll
no.
send in Celine to try and kick the extra point, tie it up. A great run from Lennon, just got through each gap perfectly. Great blocking from the line.
That's what we need to see more from this running back room, just making big plays and helping this offense.
Gilmour gets their extra man that they were missing. Celine sets up for the extra point. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is shanked right. Celine could not get a hold of it. Couldn't tell if the hold was bad or he just got too far under it, but that ball was shanked right, and the Lancers, after all their efforts, are going to still trail by 1. And that is a bummer for the Lancers, as you had a chance to tie it up where points have been so hard to come by. And now you're going to have to have a whole nother drive to get those points up and try and take that lead.
Yeah, first-year kicker. It's first game of the season. Those pregame jitters are going to get to you, you know?
And
It's about how you bounce back the rest of the season, just the first game.
So now we'll see the Lancers special teams try and make a stop. Remember, the first score of the game came on the first play, the kickoff return from the Bengals. And now we're going to see if they can't get another stop. They've played it both times. They're confident in their runner in the back. Took it out of the end zone the second kickoff, tackle around that 30 that time. They've got a good unit in the back on the kickoff returns. We'll see how the Lancers try and respond here, prevent another kickoff return, especially when you still trail by 1 after that missed extra point right there. Boy, what a game changer.
If I'm Coach Bates here, I'm kicking it out of bounds. Because you don't want to try to give up a big play or a touchdown to this Benedictine return team, especially after that first play they had in this game.
We'll see if Celine can shake it off. He'll be the man kicking it off. 3:32 left to go here in the third quarter. And with the blow of the whistle, we are off to continue. Celine sends it far back. Received in the end zone. Fair catch called. And they'll start off at the 20-yard line. Back comes the Gilmour defense. Both teams rested. We'll see how the cramping affects them. It's been back and forth in Gilmour. A lot of dual players on the offense and defense.
Amigo Shomo making his first appearance on this defensive side of the ball here.
He'll be in at cornerback.
Let's see if he has those lockdown skills.
And out comes the Bengals offense here. They stormed down the field on their last offensive drive.
It seems
Gilmour
like the Bengals have switched quarterbacks again.
Would you look at that? A little situational, or maybe it's those cramps, you never know. The handoff on the first play, a hole, a big hit, sheds them off. What a play, and that's going to be a gain of around 13 yards.
Tackle by Shomo. Already making an impact.
And that time it was back to Blair who made that run. Hadn't seen him for the past few series. And switching back and forth, it seemed the first quarters and now primarily third. But we saw Forte in that third quarter. Interesting, switching back and forth all their players. And now a flag thrown. Yeah, so that will be an illegal substitution on the Bengals. That'll move them back a first and long now. Before this series even starts, refs want to have a word. Make sure they got the call right. Little confusion on the Bengals sideline. Oh, so they'll wave off the flag. No flag on the play. Will stay at first and 10 with the Bengals setting up on their own 33-yard line. Three minutes and counting left to go here in the third quarter. Lancers trail 14-13. And back under center is Iacampo. First had his good series, but now we're going to see Iacampo back in this game. And Bruno Cook nearly got a great play on there. Couldn't get through.
And it looks like Luke Markowski is out, as Dylan Davis is his sub, and he is starting on the defensive line for the Lancers.
Davis, the starting right tackle, will be getting defensive reps too. And now that was a gain of around 4, setting up 2nd and 6 for the Bengals. They are set up on their 36-yard line. 2:10 left here in the third quarter. A lot of ball game left. Tension starting to grow. Lancers trail by 1. Back and forth. Last drive for each team resulted in a touchdown. Offense is starting to roll. Defense is getting a little tired and cramped. We'll see how they respond now. Gilmour showing pressure. Ballant came up. They're going to send the blitz, and the runner's going to get through for a gain of around 4 more yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 2, 5-yard gain. So it'll set up a 3rd and 1. In the run game they've stuck with. They've got 2 great running backs in Forte and Blair. Surely they go for the run here.
But can the Gilmour Lancer defense shut them down here and generate a turnover on downs?
Gilmour did in that first quarter force a turnover on downs on the run, but it looks like they'll get through that time. Indeed they will, and it'll be a first down.
I was hoping to see Tim Lennon's signature jersey grab there, but looks like we couldn't see it.
First down Bengals. That'll move the chains. They're advancing rapidly towards Gilmour territory. They'll have first down on their own 44-yard line. Really sticking with the run. Haven't seen the air ball. They must trust Ian Campo with navigating this run game as they took out Matthew First, who was airing it out a lot more. Just a game change plan between the two. I wonder if we'll see Matthew First come in once again if they want to switch to that passing game. But really, when Ian Campos come in this game, it has been all run for the Bengals. Two receivers left, one right. Blair to the left. It's going to drop back. Ian Campos looking to pass, airing it out on the right side, out of bounds.
Great defense by Soda there. On the
Couldn't place it, and hands up in frustration. Antoine Smith, he felt like he had something going there. So now it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bengals still. Their territory on their 45-yard line. Ian Campos still not able to really deliver the airmail. And the Lancers secondary finally gets to see some action instead of stopping the run. We'll see what they go with here. The pass, the one time they try it, shows that it can't work on that time. So, Lancers set up man. Same formation. They'll send Shea in motion. Two receivers left, one right. He'll keep it. And a pass to Shea, the man in motion. Made it, but he dropped the ball, and it's a fumble. Who got it? And the Lancers got it. Their second fumble recovery of the game.
What a great defensive play by Amir Shomo.
Shea cut across after he went in motion from right to left. He was wide open in the middle field. Shomo forcing the ball out. But the officials are now discussing if that was really a turnover. If not, it was a gain of 4. We'll see what they say. They're going to review it. But it is indeed Gilmour ball, the second forced fumble of the game.
That is
Huge.
what Gilmour needed to change the momentum of this game.
And now in Bengals territory on the 49-yard line, 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Game's in their hands now. And now the Lancers get to go again on offense. Both teams really crippled from these cramp injuries. Which team can outlast? Lancers, on their last offensive drive, were able to punch it in. Celine missed the extra point. But if they can hold on to that momentum that they had from that offense, that run game, that was phenomenal. That great run from Lennon. And we see Lennon lined up to the left of Patron.
Shomo in the backfield.
Yeah, no, Shomo in the backfield. Wide receiver, yet to see him.
Coach Joey Bates.
But we do have a timeout call, perhaps a miscommunication or wanting to discuss it over. 42 seconds left in the third quarter. We take a short break and we'll be right back. .42 seconds, 1st and 10. The Lancers set up in Bengal territory after the turnover. Patron set up in the back. Lennon to his left. Two receivers right, one left. It'll be a keep. Wrapped around the legs. Gets away from it. Can't avoid it twice. A flag thrown and a loss of 4. But we'll see what that flag is on. It was thrown before the end of that play. and a holding on Gilmour. We'll see if they accept. That'll give them the down. It was already a loss of 5 yards on that play.
Could be second and 20 here.
They will choose to decline it, I believe. And they will stay with the 5-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 15 now for the Lancers. Might have to go to that run game. Haven't seen it really attempted here in this second half quite yet. They've stuck to the run. Really compacted on that outside, but they send Shomo and Ballant on the right. Cook on that edge on the left. 2 backs. Bengals show hints of pressure. Patron sends it along the sideline. Couldn't make the catch. Placed a little behind. Patron still can't find the long ball today. And now it's a 3rd and 15. They'll airmail it again.
I think that was Emil Shomo's first target of the game.
Sure hasn't seen too much action on the offense. That ball a little underthrown. A tough route, great defense. Through the whole game, really, from the secondary here from the Bengals. They're going to be quick with it. They're going to send out 2 receivers left, 1 right. Lennon in the backfield. Patron takes a snap. It's a handoff to Lennon. He stumbles on the ground. He had a potential opening on the left side, but now a 4th and long. Surely the Lancers punt here. You could maybe slightly understand going for it on 4th
and Lennon
and 5.
Is on the ground, hurt with a cramp.
And we see him go down with 1 already this game. And the trainers will come out again. And that is the end of the quarter nonetheless. They'll check on Lennon. But we'll see you back after this break for the 4th and final quarter where the Lancers trail by 1. We're back for the fourth and final quarter. Took Lennon quite a bit to get off that field, that whole break. Lancers set up the punt team. They failed to convert in 4. When they've been down 1, they're going to have to force another stop. That time not able to convert off the punt. That ball nearly blocked, but a great roll, and that's going to keep going. And that's going to be around the 4-yard line. Great punt that time, better roll. Sanagata, but again, not able to capitalize off the forced fumble near midfield. That's going to be one they want back. But now the Bengals haven't really experienced loss of downs, but now they've got the end zone right on their backs. We'll see how that affects their game plan. Strictly on the run, though, hard to lose downs when they don't run that ball anywhere other than right through the middle. And they've got the size and the speed. I hardly see them losing downs here, but again, that pressure. And now we're going to see Iacampo still. He has still not been able to really complete the pass too well. So I imagine he doesn't drop back and they'll stick to that run. As they do just that, Forte will be tackled right around the line of scrimmage for a gain of around 1. They'll stick with their guy. Surprising, though, Blair was quite dominant. Perhaps he got injured of some sort or just a matchup thing. He was dominant in that second quarter, and another cramp. I believe that was Christensen with the cramp that time, the linebacker. The backup, Grayson Novak, or Teddy Gaynor. Patron also listed at linebacker, his defensive position, but want to preserve that man in a game that's so physical. As that's a great run to get out of a dangerous situation. That's a first down pickup for the Bengals. And it will be Grayson Novak who's gone on the game in place of Christensen. And now the Bengals, they do lead by 1. Missed extra point by Celine. They'll try to tack on another score. Ian Campos still under center. Here's the handoff right down the middle again. He's got some room in the middle. Forte with another huge gain. Boy, has he been dominant in this late third quarter, start of the fourth quarter. He has got speed, and he's just broken through. Lancers' defensive line is no answer. And I imagine they'll stick with Forte. And Iacampo not been able to deliver by the pass. They'll keep handing it off. They've gone pretty much strictly to run game, as the Lancers have, and it's working in the Bengals' favor. Heavily loaded near the midfield. Receiver out left and right. Here's the snap again to Forte, and he's going to get through again. Another huge gain, able to dive forward for 4 yards after contact, and that's another huge gain. Forte cannot be stopped. And they'll keep going. They are set at midfield very quickly to start this quarter. They have driven from the 4-yard line to the 50, all thanks to Forte, strictly to Forte again. One receiver out right, one out left. Forte in the backfield. Iamarco under center. They'll hand it off, and he's going to go right down the middle, breaks a tackle, and gets a gain of around 5 to 6 yards. Forte continuing his strong assault on the Gilmour defense. They still have no answer. They'll mark it as a gain of 6. 9:45 and counting. Lancers need a stop. Not sure what there's much to discuss. I think we know they'll go to Forte. This guy has been a beast in this latter half of the game. Same formation again. Iamarco under center, the handoff to Forte, goes down the middle. It's 5 more yards. The dog pile, and they're gonna say he got a 4-yard gain, and that is another Bengals first down. And they're gonna give him a break on the sidelines, and boy, what an effort. That whole drive up until this moment has strictly been him. And boy, what an effort, getting it from the 4-yard line all the way to the 40. Impressive stuff. Iamarco taking his team under control. We'll see how they plan to go about here. They don't have the Lancers' kryptonite on this drive. Blair, now the running back, who had performed very well in the first quarter, was outshadowed by Forte. We'll see if Blair can get some action and good drives back in now as they hand it off to him. He's got room on the right. He can break through, but he can't get all the way. But that is another monster gain. This run game is unstoppable. And now they set up on the Lancers' 24-yard line. The Lancers have no answer. They'll stick with Blair here. They've run the same formation every play. Iamarco under center. Here's the snap. Here's the run. Might finally be able to get a stop. No, he breaks the tackle. Moving left, another touchdown. Boy, the running game runs supreme for the Bengals. They go up 20-13 with a chance to put this one into a 2-score game, and with 8 minutes left in a low-scoring game like this, it's starting to look a little dire for the Lancers. Boy, what a running clinic for the Bengals.
You know, that's what Gilmour here needs to start showing in their offensive side of the ball. Is they need to start putting the ball through, like, into the running back's hands, just grounding and pounding until they get to the end zone, you know?
Here's the kick, the hold. It is good, the extra point. The Lancers now trail by 8. A 1-score game, but they'll need that 2-point conversion. They stalled on their last drive. They'll need a different answer. A lot of missed opportunity from the Lancers, forced turnovers. You've gotten into the red zone, you've been able to produce, but you normally get stunted and halted right between that 30-40-yard line, out of kicking range, and you go for it. They've done some risky plays with that 4th and 5 with Lennon, but now injuries piling up and just that looming scoreboard, it's on everyone's minds. Boy, in a low-scoring game like this, we need a score, and that can add to some of the pressure for these guys that haven't been playing varsity too long.
Yeah, the biggest thing is you got to take advantage of the opportunities that are given to you. And when something like that comes around where you get a turnover at the 50, you got to take advantage of those. And you can't just let those pass by. And with penalties and other mistakes like that, you got to take advantage and get points off those.
Man, what a drive from Blair and Forte. Just absolute lethal duo. Forte, a sophomore, promising future, and Forte, a junior. Bengals run game, run legacy from last year, from Maloney to now. They've filled in the shoes quite well to start out the season. They'll continue to do just as such. 8 minutes, 14 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Lancers trail by 8. They are set to receive the kick. In the back is Dunleavy and Sanagata. Here's the kick from Majors. And he's second. And here comes the kick. It's up high, sent towards Sanagata. He takes it. He's going to go right through the middle. Looks for a cut. Found an open lane, closed quickly, and he's going to be around the 25-yard line. Standard set procedure now. Let's see if the offense can produce for a drive they must succeed on.
And you got to get the 2-point conversion on here. You can't just be kicking an extra point.
You got to be pretty flawless here from this point. And you've got guys continually go down. I'm curious to see if Nathan Lennon comes back in this game. Twice he's gone down because of the cramps.
You don't want to have an injury in the first game of the season and be out for the rest of the year, you know?
Absolutely, especially him coming off an injury from the track season.
Yeah, hip avulsion fracture.
So we'll see Dunleavy in the backfield, along with Sanagata to the left of Patron. Now they'll set up. Running backs on each side, receiver out left and right, respectively. It's Ballant and Shomo. It's going to be a handoff to Dunleavy, who had a great break. If he had a little more
40
speed,
at
yeah.
the 35 for Dunleavy.
He had open turf on that left side. Able to pick up the first down, reciprocating the masterful running of the Bengals from the last drive. It was all green ahead, wrapped up from behind. Nonetheless, a good gain. And that will move the chains. 7 minutes, 53 seconds, and counting. As we go down, set up, same formation. Snap to Patron. He hands it off to Dunleavy again. That time read like a book, brought down with a slam for no gain at the line of scrimmage.
Emphasis on the slam.
That was a brutal tackle.
He got up, though. He's doing good. And it looks like Lennon
is back in the game.
Back in the game.
What a trooper. And Dunleavy looks a little shaken up now from that hit. So now it'll be Sanagata and Lennon as the running backs here. 7:14 and counting. Lancers trail by 8. They have 2 timeouts, each team 2. It is 2nd and 10 after the run for no gain. Under 7 minutes to go. Lancer faithful have stayed here in numbers. 2 receivers out right, 1 out left. Here's the snap to Patron. He's dropping back, looking for a pass. That is a backwards pass, just knocked out of bounds. Heads up play from Sanagata. Patron messed that up big time. Went to lateral it to Sanagata, but throws it backwards, and he knew it right away. Slamming his helmet. He knows his mistake, and it's just been those mistakes all day. Patron hasn't been able to lock in completely. And that will be a 9-yard loss as he had dropped back to give it to Sanagata. Patron's going to have to airmail it now, something that hasn't happened really for either team yet. They had that one for the Bengals. That was a huge benefitter on their second drive.
I'd keep my eye out on Emil Shomo right here. He's got speed. He's got hands. If I'm Coach Bates, I'm throwing a fade to him on the left side where you got space to run.
Patron has no choice but to figure it out now. 6:39 left on the clock. 3rd and 19. He takes the snap, drops back, looking right side, overthrown to Ballant. It's incomplete.
Ballant did not look happy after that.
But that ball far out of bounds. Either way, they won't throw that flag, and it's going to be 4th and 19, and out comes the punt team. And now absolute necessary stop coming from the Lancers. We'll see if they try their quick trickery on the special team, something we saw quite a bit last year with Benedictine, but the thing is they did that when they were ahead. It's a big risk to take it from behind, especially when you just got ran through by Blair and Forte. Unless the Lancers will try and keep their offense on the field.
And Coach Bates with a power move here with the Lancer offense.
4th and 19, now or never, unless they want to. You can't really try him offside. It's 4th and 19. No, they'll show the punt. I don't know. This is some interesting, but here's Sanagata for the punt. He shanked one before and then had one that rolled really far. Hits that one low, but the Bengals were anticipating another short kick, and that one will kind of roll. So the Bengals will set up on their 47-yard line. not
was a
or
good
37-yard line.
Good
So
placement on the punt there to hit on the right side when the return was on the left side.
Yasana got a reading. There was no one back there. Looked for the roll. Could have gotten a little further, but now the Gilmour defense with an absolute necessary stop with 6:23 left to go. Lancers trail by 8. You need everything to go right here to start the season 1-0.
Dunleavy back on the field after that smack of a hit he took.
Forte is back in the game after his amazing start to that last drive. Ian Marco hands it off right to him. Forte going through, tackled for a gain of around 3 yards. Continuing his active gaining of yards, just no tackles for loss. Great discipline. And another man down.
Bring the pickle juice.
We'll take a short injury break. We'll be right back. .608 left. Another cramp taken off the field. Lancers look to get the stop. Baskin, after he was on the ground for some
We
time.
should get them some bananas, you know?
You're going to run you down to the field.
Yeah.
There's a CVS. I think you could find maybe a few.
Then we could get you like a sign that says Berman's Bananas. Dress you up like a big banana, you know?
I got to stay up here. You can sell them Brett's Bananas.
Now we can dress you up like a minion.
2nd and 7 for the Bengals. They look to finish the job. It's a handoff down the middle. Forte tackled after a gain of 3 yards. Sets up 3rd down, a critical 3rd down. They've been able to consistently get across recently, but the Lancers have forced a few big stops on 4th down and forced fumbles as well. It's no time to rest. If you are the Bengals, you have to get this 1st down, especially. I wouldn't go for it on 4th down. That's a big risk setting up the Lancers in your territory.
Especially for when you're in the lead. That's not a good decision.
It'll be Forte in the backfield. 1 receiver out left, 1 out right. Shotgun formation under center, Ian Marco. Here's the snap. It's given to Forte. He's going to break through and a flag thrown, but Forte's going to keep going along that right side. He's going to make it all the way to the 20, but we do have a flag and a man down.
And you guessed it, another cramp. Yeah, so the flag was down behind the backfield, so I'm guessing this play is going to be taken back.
We will see here. Holding on the offense, indeed. That'll send the Bengals back, and they'll redo 3rd down. Huge penalty.
This is just what the Lancers needed to help restore their momentum.
Something now that might require a pass to get through. Something that the Bengals have completely abandoned this game. Might be forced to pass unless they can muster a masterful play of a 13-yard, 14-yard run.
And our pass rush is being very, very, very good today. Even our backups, when they've gotten in, they pressured them.
So now 3rd and long. They might be forced to pass here. They've had one really what I'd describe as successful, which was finding the tight end, right down the middle. And even then on that play, Dunleavy forced that fumble.
A great play by Dunleavy, which we could not capitalize on the offensive side of the ball, which would hurt us.
Which shows the low score of this game. The Lancers do trail 21-13 with 4:39 left to go. It's been a game of cramps, possibly the longest football game you have seen. Glad you were able to enjoy it with us here on Gilmour.org/live and GATV.
Nothing says high school football like cramps. Friday
Week
Night
1,
Lights.
Saturday night.
Oh well, you know what I mean. It's the phrase. It's the phrase. High school football Friday. No one says Saturday Night
It's
Lights.
the special Saturday Night Lights at John Carroll.
But no one says Saturday Night Lights. You know, like there's even a show called Friday Night Lights.
Man, still down. We're going to take an injury timeout as Bates gets his guys rallied up. We'll be right back. Shea, the main man who made those two impactful catches, the tight end, brought off the next and latest victim of cramping. Critical third down, 3rd and 14. Bengals abandon the pass game, might be forced to use it here, or might just run that ball, play it safe. If you can get a first down, that's great, but your defense has shown that you can put clamps on the Gilmour offense.
Seatbelt, baby. Let's see how the Lancer defense chooses to respond here.
It's Matthew first, so the man who has been able to complete a few passes, he's in the game. In for Iacampo.
It's not really a good idea to have two quarterbacks.
It's been working for them so far. 3rd and 14. It's a shovel. Dropped! The ball is dropped! Who got it? Would it be a 3rd time the ball has been fumbled? Did the Lancers get it? They did! Are you kidding me?
That could be the deciding factor in this game for the Lancers.
Are you kidding me?
It'll be 1st and 10 Gilmour from the 29. We'll see how they choose to capitalize on the situation.
Gilmour has had their chances to get back in this game, gifted and bow tied up. And can they capitalize now? They sit on the John Carroll 30-yard line. I cannot believe this. 3 fumbles.
Absolute pandemonium.
And the Lancers, you have no choice but to capitalize here. You do have to get that 2-point conversion, and you have no point to get a field goal here. It's got to be in the end zone.
Everything's got to be at the end zone here, and you have to go for 2 here. You don't have any other option.
Lancers, 30 yards to go. It's 1st and 10. We'll see if they stick to that run.
Dunleavy in the backfield.
2 receivers left, 1 right. In motion. It's a handoff to the middle. Senegata's got it. He's got an open lane. Are you kidding me? First play after the turnover. The Lancers have a chance to tie it up. 4:26 to go.
Momentum change here for the Lancers, and that is the deciding factor in this game so far. That turnover.
In 1 minute, it all changed. Man, the Bengals. How?
That is the beauty of high school football, Vermin. I will tell you. The beauty of Saturday Night Lights.
Hey, but it's still a major play here. They need this 2-point conversion, though they could get the ball back and kick that extra point, but you would love to tie it up now. You would love to tie it up now. The Bengals will get the ball back, and you have not really been able to stop it, except when they forced that fumble, but that's a fault of that flag, that holding. They got it all the way down to the 20.
Ball at the 2. What will the Lancers do here to capitalize on this situation?
3 receivers right, 1 left.
Do you run it or do you pass it? That is the question for Coach Joey Bates.
Looks like they might be showing pass here. They're going to call an audible, and it'll be a timeout. Couldn't figure it out. Going to get this play solidified, an absolute critical 2-point conversion here. They were showing pass, which would be surprising, but it is 2 yards, and they might be, or 3 yards, and they might be expecting that as well. Critical 2-point conversion here. Though, as we said, there is 4 minutes, 26 seconds left. If this drive had lasted even a little longer, you might say it was absolutely necessary. He hits this. But there is 4 minutes, 26 seconds left. You still have a timeout.
The question is, will CJ Santagata not going down in front of the end zone prove to be a mistake?
No, it's too early to call that. You go for the points anytime you can get it. You have plenty of time to get a stop, though it's absolutely necessary. Even force a field goal if you get this 2-point, but you are down 2 points. So you are down 2 points here. You get the 2-point conversion. It's tied. You're still going to play your absolute best on defense, but you can afford for them to kick a field goal and maybe drive yourself down there. Though we've really seen the offense has been gifted 2 of these touchdowns.
3 insane turnovers that have given great opportunities. This is the first one they've been able to capitalize on, but what if they actually capitalize on the other 2? Would this game be very different from right now?
Well, we find out right here in this moment as the Lancers
try to catch him off guard
for 2. Dunleavy in the backfield. Patron has it, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Patron takes it, rolls right. He's looking across the body. Almost made an amazing catch, but
dropped
it was
in the end zone.
Overthrown. That was overthrown by Patron. Couldn't get Santagata in the right corner, and you're going to have to play pristine defense. Can't even let him get near past the 30 the way these kickers have been hitting it in warm-ups.
The Lancers tried to rush out there as fast as they can, tried to catch Benedictine's defense off guard, but it proved to be a failure there on the 2-point conversion.
Kryptonite all game. The passing hurts them.
But there's time to improve that over the season. This is just the first game.
I liked that play call, man. They had
Great play
Santagata right there, rolling out right. He wouldn't have thrown a crossbody, but he had. I believe it was Ballant open on the other side. You won't throw a crossbody, though. We're not watching Jameis Winston.
Baker Mayfield. Johnny Manziel.
Baker Mayfield's a stud, though.
I miss him.
So, 4:26 left. The Lancers still have kickoff. They need to get a good stop here on the kickoff. We'll keep reminding you because it's a point of big concern. The first points for the Bengals came off that kickoff return. You can't even let them get near your side of the field here.
Question is, do you kick it out of bounds here? Right? I've been saying it the whole game. Do you take advantage of, they have it at the 40, but do you take advantage of your
Celine's
kicker?
been able to place it in the end zone, and they have called fair catch and taken their
But what
yards.
if they don't do that this time? That's
it is a risk they could take, but they've seen that they've been very sloppy with handling the ball in their own territory, how risky even the things that you wouldn't consider risky, the things you've done to put the Lancers back in this game. How do you want to play?
But we've seen Coach Joey Bates is a big risk taker in this game, and that might be the factor in deciding this game.
We'll see how the Lancers choose to respond. Celine places the hole there. 4:26 left. Lots of ball game left to play, but every single down is critical for the Lancers to get a stop here.
Do you do an onside kick here, or do you have enough time?
I believe you allow your defense because Bengals have experienced a huge momentum shift here.
Do you trust your defense or do you not? That is
your
the question
defense has
Coach
a new
Joey
spark.
Bates.
I do believe the defense has a chance to cause a critical stop here. We'll see what Celine decides. He will try the onside kick, and it's out of bounds. And now that was a risk. You mentioned Bates loves the risk, but now the Bengals are set up in amazing
that Mike Vrabel in him.
Field position.
I mean, Dan Campbell, not Mike Vrabel.
Swing and a miss for the Lancers, and now that ball's going to be set up around the 40. Critical stops incoming for the Lancers. And now Celine, interesting to have the first-time kicker try that onside kick too.
That was a perfectly placed onside kick from
the
the
guys
kicker,
couldn't get
though.
there. It seems a little far to the right. A big risk, though. If you can get a great stop here, and they're going to be very careful. They're going to run the ball straight down the middle every time here. Every time they've tried to flip it.
You got to load up that middle with your
Every time they've gone
linebackers,
outside.
load it up with the defensive linemen,
It
and
has
hope to
been
get a stop every single time.
Fumble. It's crazy. All right, here we go. First snap, it's going to be a handoff to Forte, and he's going to be
taken
brought down around the line of
second
scrimmage.
and 10.
And that's the first of 3 the Lancers really need. That clock will tick down, 4:10 and counting. It's a gain of 1. Both teams looking really gassed out there. That Bengals offense, really, if they were tired from that long drive as well. And the Bengals, if they can get these first downs, their main priority is also to burn clock.
Yeah, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock, they have to be thinking about that clock 24/7.
Lancers only have 1 timeout to prevent the clock from stopping. They'll go on the outside to Blair. He looks to cut on the middle, or no, it'll be Forte. And he's going to get a decent amount of yards, 5 to be exact. Sets up 3rd and 4. This is around the exact same spot where they broke away to the 20, but that holding call brought him back, and then the fumble.
How do the Lancers respond to these big runs like this?
And I wonder how Benedictine calls their plays here. They've made so many mistakes in this area of the field.
With 3 minutes left in the game, how does Coach Joey Bates respond?
Yeah, we are under 3 minutes to go. 2:52 and counting. One receiver
gonna
right,
run it again.
1 left. They are showing run. Lancers show the middle, and he's stuffed in the middle. But he's not brought down yet. Finally brought down for a loss of a yard, if not at the line of scrimmage.
Great play by safety Jack Soder.
And that is exactly what the Lancers need. Now, a 4th and 5. What decision do the Benedictine Bengals make? They're going no huddle, see if they can't try to get the Lancers off guard, or they might be going for this. Same formation. Forte in the backfield. Yep, hard count. They'll try to get him. Gilmour has been a little sloppy. Few false starts, few offsides. See if they jump here. Doesn't appear they will. Disciplined enough in the moment. They'll run the clock down. We are under 2 minutes left to play. Gilmour looking to not jump. And they'll call the timeout. Lancers won't jump.
Great discipline by Gilmour Academy's defense as Joey Bates has coached this defense up.
So now 1:52. Big decision on 4th and 5.
This
Couldn't
could
draw 'em
decide
off.
the game for both teams.
And now there will be a lot of pressure if the situation comes for Celine, who missed that extra point.
How does he bounce back?
It all starts here if the defense needs to make one more stop.
We can
And
see
the
Celine warming up on the sideline.
And now you got to wonder, too, a special teams that really hasn't been able to carry the ball far. If they punt, that ball is going to be around your 10. You're going to have to drive this whole field up to maybe for a comfortable kick for Celine.
Which we know they are capable doing with their run game, but will they stay consistent? That is the question. Because they have not been able to throw the ball consistently, but if they get Bruno Cook in the middle with some space to move, he could break free for a touchdown. You don't know. It is all up to Joey Bates, though, with what decision he will make.
And it starts, too, with the Bengals. Do they go for it? They are smack dab at midfield. So the quarterback will be Matthew First.
Could be a surprise quarterback punt, but I doubt it.
They are going to show punt formation, though you could see, you do see First in here. Look for a direct snap to him. The quarterback is in. They are showing punting formation.
I think they're going to throw it here.
Yes, he's going to go under center. They're going to see if they can get him to jump. The Lancers, very disciplined, will not fall for it. And now let's see if they go back into punt formation. The clock won't tick as the timeout was called. First won't get the Lancers to jump, and that'll be the final timeout for the Bengals. Now, again, do they go for it on 4th down? And if the Lancers somehow manage to score with time left, they are out of timeouts.
This play, 2 plays right here, has shown how well coached this defense is to not jump on those plays, Some NFL teams have jumped on plays like that.
No,
You just-
very, very good adaptation when you made some very sloppy moves, false starts, offsides
Yeah.
earlier in this game.
They've progressed every single play of the game, and it shows how good the coaching is at Gilmour
It's
Academy.
those first game jitters, as you say. So again, the decision, you can't really go for. You could go for trickery.
You
here,
could go for it, but
you
what if
have
it goes
you
wrong?
You have to run the play, and you've seen many times you try to run something different than running the ball through the middle, the straight middle. You fumbled the ball. So you can't really. If you want to try something tricky, you risk fumbling it in the back. We see Sanagata and Soder.
Showing punt formation here. If Sanagata gets it, will he be able to return it? That is the question.
Receivers around the 20. They will punt. It's up high in the air. Sanagata calls fair catch, and he has it around the 19-yard line. So, for a realistically good kick for Celine, a comfortable kick that gives you a real shot at winning, you want to be near that. If you want a really comfortable kick, you're by the 20. You can get to the 25. I don't think the Lancer teams wants to try and see.
We've seen Celine hit from the 45-yard line.
But how does that
will
pressure
Coach
affect it
Joey
because
Bates
he missed
trust him?
that extra point?
And then the added pressure of it being a game-winning field goal, you just don't know how he's going to react, especially being a first-year kicker.
Gilmour team looking to definitely get as close as possible while burning the rest of this clock. Though, if you do give them the ball back, they are out of timeouts. Another factor that could come back to haunt the Bengals. But first, the team that hasn't been able to go through the air all night has much yardage to cover. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Patron,
Looks like Benedictine doesn't
Takes
have a
the
guy
snap.
back that deep.
and he's going to throw down the middle. Dropped by Sanagata. The slant right through the middle. Off his hands, nearly picked off.
That's the second play where Sanagata has had room for space and dropped the ball.
Now, if he would have caught that, he had a lot of green open.
Even nothing ahead of him but green grass.
And now every down crucial. It is now 2nd down and 10 on the Lancers' 20-yard line.
That
141
play
to go.
lost 5 seconds. How do the Lancers respond?
I still think time is not your enemy as much as your downs.
Yes.
The Lancers show 2 receivers right, 1 left. Trevor motions, gets set on the right side. They'll send Sanagata in motion. It's going to be a run through the middle, stuffed. And we'll see how late it forces the Lancers to take a timeout. But first, it is 3rd down. The Lancers will go for it. They have 2 more downs to get
Question
something
is,
done
do you
here.
throw the ball here and try to get space for maybe Bruno Cook or Emil Shomo to move? Or do you run the ball with Don Dunleavy or Nathan Lennon and try to get them space?
Yeah, you're really questioning because they will go for this on 4th down.
Oh,
you
they
have 2
to.
chances.
You have to.
2
you have no
chances to get
choice.
8 yards. 2 receivers right, 1 left. The snap to Patron. He drops back. He's looking left. The wide open man dropped. Dropped by Dom Dunleavy. He had nothing but green grass. That was a touchdown. 100%.
Absolute shock. He's going to be hitting himself for a while after that one.
In what we saw in the pregame, we didn't think it was a major concern, but pregame there was a lot of dropped passes, and it haunts him in the most critical situation. Maybe karma's equal. Gilmour's been gifted a lot of opportunity, but man, what a dropped ball. And now all of a
4th
sudden,
and 8. This is the game.
1
What
minute.
can happen here? We don't know.
Gilmour does have a timeout. They might want to discuss this. Late
Dunleavy
substitution.
back in at running back.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Patron drops back. He's looking down the middle. That ball incomplete. No flag
Threw it
thrown.
behind him. Can't get the call. That seems to be the game.
And now with 1 timeout left, it looks like the Bengals will be able to kneel this one out. Another man down, likely due to cramping. But man, what a horrific finish to this one. Wide open on that left side. 2 dropped balls, Sanagata, Dunleavy. Absolutely tragic. Though it was due, I'm not a big superstitions guy, but they had many things given to them, and they just couldn't capitalize in the end. That's the main message of this. You got to capitalize on those
One great
opportunities
takeaway
given
from
to you.
this game is how disciplined the defense was.
I am looking very forward to this
genuinely
season.
surprised about how they did not jump on those back-to-back plays.
This was a great first game, a test, and the Lancers are going to hold this L on their back, and they're going to go on and play an amazing season. Now this game
And you walk out
teaches
of here
you more
proud
than
because
anything.
like you guys, they stuck with him the whole game. They didn't fall. They kept going. You know, like
And those guys are going to have to bring Dunleavy Sonagata up because they've got to be feeling down right now. And
Bro,
a team sticks together.
I cannot imagine Dunleavy.
But when I've talked to all these guys, all these seniors and captains, they say they are one big family and they love each other. They will build each other up and they will come back stronger here. But man, what a tough loss. No matter the circumstances, no matter the future, what a truthfully terrific, saddening loss here, week 1.
It's a great game to watch, though, especially from this angle.
And they are going to kneel it out. So, folks, they are going to run that clock out.
Fantastic game to watch
Man.
by the Lancers and by the Bengals.
Just a great, entertaining season open here. And, folks, we want to thank you for tuning in today on Gilmour.org/live and GATV. What a pleasure it has been. What a pleasure it is to be back with you guys. What a great season it's going to be. It's going to be a bright future for these young guys. They've got their feet wet. They're ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah, I can't really expand on that much. You said it all, Berman. My player that really showed up the most today was Jack Soder. I can't stress it enough. Every time there was a run, he was always there to make the tackle, you know. But they couldn't come up on the top in the end, but they battled the whole game, and you could see it from here. You could see it from the stands. They really showed up to play today, and you can't really say much more about it.
Now you're going to go hit those sidelines, do those suicides, practice those passing plays, catching those catches.
Get some good old-fashioned stick 'em, you know.
So once again, we want to thank you for tuning in on Gilmour.org/live and